Good morning. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today, I'm a day early. I'm going to put out my what sold for last week, which would be Monday through Thursday, October 17th through the 20th. It was an amazing week last week. Amazing as far as sales. It's been funny because now I'm watching that graph. I almost wish it wasn't on our Seller Hub page because, you know, I'll have a good day and a bad day, a good day and a bad day. So, you know, it is what it is, and I'm very, very grateful. But have you had those weeks, periods of time where you just can't seem to get motivated? That's where I've been this week. I was a little under the weather last weekend, but I'm fine now. I just find 100 other things to do rather than what I know I need to be doing, which is starting to deal with some of these piles. So I've got to get motivated. And then after my live show yesterday, I said there was no estate sales to go to. Well, Trading Post Pickers, Scott, sent Robert a text saying that there was this yard sale in town. So I didn't want to go. I wanted to get work done. Blame Robert. But I ended up going, and it was amazing. But my car was already almost full, and I bought like 5 cases of books, which I don't normally do. But it was all like cookbooks and other types of books like that. But the cookbooks were what I was going for $5. I bought a bunch of stuff there. A bunch. But then I got home and it was like later and didn't get nothing done. Nothing. But I'm going to get this video done and then I'm going to go start taking some pictures. I still have the exact same pile over there that I had that I was supposed to work on yesterday. Let's get it going, right? My saving grace in all of this is, for those of you who've watched my channel for a while, I have kicked butt this year getting tons listed. We have had an amazing sourcing summer, and I'm over 10,000 listings now. I was 7,000 when we started this channel, not quite 2 years ago. So that's the saving grace in all of this, that I have plenty to list and sell. So it'll be all right. Got to get back on track though. All right, let me get to it. Oh, that's my son. I thought the camera, you know me, every video is technical difficulties, especially when Robert's not here, but it's my son. He's had surgery this week on his finger. So he's here and I wasn't expecting noises. All right, I'm going to start with the non-eBay platforms. I had sales on Mercari, Poshmark, and Etsy, and then I've hardly had any since. It's feast or famine, right? Feast or famine. All right, but these are 3 Mercari sales to share. This is Hallmark Sherman the Lamb plush from 1985. He's in the same type of plush as Rodney the Reindeer is, that I always talk about, that I do really, really well with. So, but he wasn't worth a whole lot. He sold, somebody sent me an offer for $6 and I went ahead and accepted it. Now most of my plush, I'd say most plush is $1 or less because I do source very, very cheap at thrift stores when we do our sourcing trips, yard sales, estate sales. So I'd say on average, I pay $1 or less. This was in the lot from the Highway 127 sale. I bought a huge box of Fisher-Price Little People, the vintage ones, and I pieced a lot of it, individual listings. This one sold for $7. This is the hydrant, the fire hydrant from the Sesame Street set, $7. And then this is Victoria's Secret Lucy dog plush. This buyer sent me a message before she purchased, just wanting to know how quickly I would ship it. And I always ship, even the other platforms, I always ship within a day. I actually shipped the same day she purchased for this one. So she was happy. She needed it, I think, for something, and she needed it by a specific date. It sold for $8. Poshmark, I'm going to try to put more of my listings onto onto Poshmark using List Perfectly. I've got quite a bit on Mercari, and they just don't seem to be moving that well. So I'm going to switch up. Robert also signed me up for Depop yesterday. We were talking about it in my live, and so he just went ahead and signed me up for that. So I might throw some stuff on there and see how that goes. Also, you know, get more eyes on your stuff by using a cross-listing tool, which I use List Perfectly, and hopefully you'll see a bunch more sales. These Winnie the Pooh puppets sold for $13. And then this is a brand I don't find very often, but it does very well. It's called Applesauce. This was a rabbit lovey. It sold for $18. And then this has been on eBay for quite a while, probably over a year. Cross-listed it to Poshmark. It is a Thai Halloween beanies lot. Had the cat, a witch, a pumpkin, and a ghost. Sold for $22. And then 2 Etsy sales. This is a Where's Waldo lot. I picked up a small lot of them at a yard sale. I don't remember what else was in it, but I think there were some plush and some other things that I kept separate. These were just like the smalls, and I kept them all together. They sold on Etsy for $20.25. And then this little cute white lamb by Balloon Club, dated 1990. It sold for $35.95. And if you can see down here, this person has already left me feedback and sent me a picture of it. So I thought that was very cute. All right, eBay. Tons to share on eBay. Like I said, it was a very good week. All right, we'll start with some of the smalls. I love to pick these up. I can usually get them like 50 cents or a quarter. I had a bunch of these. I don't think these were from the ones in my classroom, but I probably picked it up cheap, and they were whales. They're like 9 little puzzles, and they're brain challenge type puzzles. You have to switch the puzzles around to make it all coordinate. It sold for $7. Best offer. This is another thing that's been listed quite a while, and I just keep doing the end and sell similar, sometimes dropping my prices, and slowly but surely stuff sells. This is a Russ Jingles dog plush. It was, I guess, a store named Hess. It was an exclusive for them, large, 16-inch, sold for $13.75. And again, if you're new to my channel, I do not do free shipping, so the buyer did pay additional for shipping. This is First Impressions. It was also a Macy's store exclusive from 2010. It sold for $18.35. I remember picking this up with a bunch of other like anime looking stuff. I remember this. I didn't even know what it was, but it's called This Is Fine, the Meme Puppy Dog. Sold for $32.15. I'm sure, again, it was $1 or less. This is a Walmart White Lamb Sheep Plush, 3-inch though. Very little terry cloth. I talk about this quite often. If you find a plush that is made out of like the washcloth material, terry cloth, definitely check the comps. I don't even think I found anything similar to it. It did have a little bit of condition issues, so I just picked one of my random prices, $14.95, and it sold while it was on sale for $13.75. Rodney Reindeer, I just was talking about him. This is from Hallmark. He is the smaller one with the 4.5-inch body, $18.35. I find these all the time at yard sales and estate sales, usually for like a quarter or 50 cents. Home Sweet Home Tapestry. I bought a bunch of these at an estate sale. I want to say most of them were $2 and $3. It took a little while I think I listed it earlier this summer. It sold for best offer of $20. I think this is a viewer sale, so thank you very much, Melissa. This is a Winnie the Pooh bean plush. Very cute. I pick up all Pooh. Most of it is my bread and butter, but I just love Pooh. This little bean plush sold for $7. Snug-a-Monkey. This is one of the Fisher-Price plush to be on the lookout for. This is the brown one with the orange trim and ears and stuff. 7.5 inches tall. He sold for $18.35. Now this came from the online high bid auction I won last year. This teddy bear sold for, it was from Huggies. I love Huggies, some type of promotional plush. Sold for $45.03. Care Bears Care-a-Lot Heart Storage Case. I just picked up another one in much worse condition, unfortunately. It is from 1983. It sold for best offer of $25. These Pointer jeans, went back and checked comps. I talk about this a lot. When I get an offer that I think is kind of low, I always go check comps, see what others are listing it for, selling it for. And this one did have some condition issues, so when I got a $40 offer, I just went ahead and accepted it. I'm sure we probably have $3 or less in it. Again, this is more from the Highway 127 sale. There were a couple of couches in that lot. One was in worse condition. It actually sold first. But this couch from the Sesame Street set sold for $7.40. Now this was some, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Arc'teryx fleece gloves. It's funny, we went to an estate sale that was way overpriced, like $28 for used shoes. But Robert found these because I guess they didn't realize that these were the Arc'teryx. They were size small. They sold for $35 best offer. Fiesta. This series is called Scribblies. It kind of looks like melted crayons to me, but this is like a rainbow sloth. It sold for $11.08. Miss Me women's jeans. They sold for $17.70. Most of our jeans we pick up for $2 or less, a lot of times for a lot less. It's fill-a-bags at thrift stores or yard sales. Gap's men long sleeve shirt. I think this is one of the first clothing items I listed, so it took a while. It ended up selling for $10.75. We just started listing clothes last year. This is a mistletoe magic Christmas ornament. Definitely vintage based on the price here of $3.47. It sold for $11.91. I started listing some of the video games from the Highway 127 sale. I think we paid $115 for a large tote. There was a lot of Super NES, NES, N64, and then I think some PlayStation 2. But it did have, I think, 4 different game systems, just not the N64. But I think like 3 of the others, but I can't remember what they were. But this person, I think I only listed like 12 maybe, and this person bought all of these. He spent $98 on 8 video games, so I was very happy with that. And sent them out. I haven't heard anything back, so I'm guessing all is well. All right, this is Hanna-Barbera Scooby-Doo. I bought a bag. I think this was in that bag of just a variety of Christmas ornaments. A lot of it was Sesame Street, which is why I initially picked it up. But there were some Scooby-Doo and I think Garfield maybe in there. I can't remember. This one was from 1998. It sold for best offer of $9. Some more jeans. These are from Gap. They sold for $12.56. Kelly toy. This is just a pretend pet stuffed animal type storage case. It sold for $10.07. This is a glass ornament. I bought a bag full of Christmas ornaments at an estate sale. I want to say $2. And then I divvied it all up. These two kind of didn't go together, but just kind of seemed like they could go together. So I left them. It was just a little glass hummingbird with the nest with the cute little pearl eggs in it. Just sold for $12.95. The fact that it sold for full price though, and it wasn't a new listing, means I had just ended it and did sell similar, and it sold. Fisher-Price Little People. I've kind of been doing some lots. Usually, sometimes I list them individually, but I think I picked all these up at one time, just left them together. They sold for $13.75. I think we just showed these in a haul, or they're going to be in a haul for this week. It's funny, when Robert picked these up at an estate sale, I was like, why are you buying Corral plates? And just two. But come to find out, they're Weight Watchers, portion control plates. They sold immediately, probably within an hour of me listing them. Most were selling for about $14 to $15 for two. So I had bumped my price up just a little bit to take into account a sale that I always start. I always have sales running, but it sold $17.95. Cabbage Patch Kids dolls. I like to pick them up. Most of them are bread and butter. There are a few exceptions. This is just one of the cloth body dolls. It did have a little chime in it. Was made in 1995. It sold for best offer of $10. And this is Lennox napping cat figure. Picked it up at an estate sale, my little favorite one I like to go to. I think I paid $1 for it. It sold, non-paying bidder, relisted, and it sold probably within 2 days of relisting it again, $13.75. Halloween. I list it all year. I do not set stuff aside. Well, I set a lot of stuff aside, but it's just because I don't have time to get to it. But this hat has been listed a little while. Finally sold right before Halloween, though. It's just a Russ witch's hat, and it just kind of had all kinds of stuff hanging off of it and this little bat thing going up. But I was happy with the sale and got it on its way. Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. Again, love Pooh. This 13-inch plus plush sold for $13.75. These cups, I don't remember where we picked them up, but I picked up two different sets. These are the New York Yankees. I don't remember what the other set is, but they were sealed plastic cups. Listed them kind of high because I had nothing to go on. Sold for $27.55. Eddie Bauer denim jeans. These sold for $15 best offer. Lauer water baby dolls. I pick them up quite often. I used to get a whole lot more for them, but for some reason the price has just kind of gone down. It's still a good find. The thing you got to be careful with them is they do have water in them. So you need to squeeze them to make sure the water, that the plug in its back hasn't corroded, and then the water will just come out. This one sold for $13.75. I just listed this very recently. This is a monkey chimp hand puppet, 12-inch. It has a flocked face, which means when you touch it, it's kind of just fluffy, kind of, but it's got a plastic face. Didn't have a tag, so I wasn't quite sure who the manufacturer is. Don't get stuck on not listing something because you don't know the brand. Just go ahead and list it with as many keywords as you can, and somebody's going to find it if they're looking for it. It sold for $18.35. Guess How Much I Love You. There's a whole series of plush that goes with that book. Love that book. It is just the sweetest, sweetest. This one is from Kids Preferred. It's kind of like I call these activity type plush oftentimes. It sold for $10.07. picked this up probably at an estate sale. It's been listed a long time because there was a time when I had a table sitting up over here that I could lay out big stuff, and I haven't done that in a really long time. But it was 100 inches by 60 inches, so very large. Did have some stains on it, so all of that is noted and pictured. Sold for $19.95, which means it was purchased right after a delete and sell similar. The handkerchiefs, I'm slowly but surely going through them, putting them either in lots of 4, some of them individually, or like there was a Walt Disney one, things like that that make them unique. This set of 4 sold for $13.75. I picked these up at an estate sale. Robert picked up a bunch of pharmaceutical advertising mugs, and I picked up vintage women's underwear and bras. It worked that day. These 2 pairs of underwear, I paid $1 each. They sold for $13. It was a very quick sell. I decided to take the quick offer, then wait for a little bit more. Now these sold on Poshmark, and I got a return because when I saw the size 7M, I thought the M stood for medium, but it actually stood for male, and the person wasn't happy with me. I did get them back, relisted them in the men's category, and they sold within a day, which was very nice. Sperry, topsider, men's shoes, $20.95. This is Disney Nightmare Before Christmas Sally plush, 24 inches. She sold for $15.59. Fisher-Price Little People Swing and Merry-Go-Round set. They sold for $11.91. I have picked up so much Little People. Some came from Noel, the Farm Girl Scavenger, the Highway 127, and then I picked up a huge lot at a yard sale. So I love it, but I can't keep it. Y'all see my wall? It's already full. Ooh, I added the cozy, if you can see it. That's my newest treasure. Levi's men's jeans signature. Those aren't the ones that are very good, but it still sold for $17. Now Lincoln Logs. I'm not sure if I've showed these in a haul yet. I may have, but I bought a huge box of Lincoln Logs. Paid $3 for all of it. I divided it up into about 4 lots. I had blocks all by themselves, or you know, the wooden blocks. Then I did the train tracks and those pieces as one. Then I did the people and the horses as one. And then these were extra. They went to the Gold Mine Express set, and it was just a safe with 2 sets of gold bars and the rocks. And it sold very quickly for best offer of $14. Kids of America. This is a large 24-inch St. Bernard plush. It sold for $18.35. G.I. Joe. I bought that huge G.I. Joe lot that took me forever to get to. I ended up not being a good reseller for them and made a huge lot of most of them. He was very specific, so I pulled him out. I think I had another, like one of the Arctic ones, and then I had some that were like historical figures, but $32.15 for this Joe Robert Crippen NASA figure. Black Lab dog plush. I do very well with dogs, especially when you can identify a breed to go with it. This is from the Golden Bear Company, 2002, sold for $12.95. Nautica Competition men's jacket, sold for $35.59. And then Warner Bros. Mighty Star Bugs Bunny, 16-inch. He sold for $12 best offer. And then this handkerchief from that same lot that I picked up at a yard sale. This the state one. It was Ohio, had the scalloped edges, sold for $13.75. And then my two big sales for the week were on eBay. This is the Lisa Frank. Robert did the short on it with the turkey. This leopard we picked up there, I want to say probably $2 because it was just kind of a bundle deal. Sold for $82.75. Probably within, well, probably less than a month. And then I think Robert also did a short on this one. This is the GE Great Awakenings programmable clock radio. I went to an estate sale. The box was sitting on the bed, but the clock radio was still plugged in, and so I knew it was working, but I had to figure out how to get behind the bed and under the bed to get it unplugged. But of course, I retested it, showed that it was working in pictures. I got so many lowball offers on this. Even one person who said, you know, the most it's going to be worth is $70. I responded that one had already sold for $150, and mine went ahead and sold for $174.75. So I was very thrilled. I had been sending out offers in the $150, $155 range, and it sold for asking price while it was on sale. All right, I got to get to work. Got to. Robert's, once a month he goes and helps with Second Harvest to hand out food boxes in our area. So that he and RJ they're doing that today. As soon as he gets back, he's gonna work on this video and get it out for me. And I need to get some pictures taken because you guys can't see it, but this is all the stuff still from the Prison to Profit convention conference that we went to, and this is all the stuff I sourced that weekend. So I've got to get to it. All right, bye.